Hello everyone, and welcome to Retro Brick Reviews, where today I'll be counting down my top 15 most wanted LEGO sets for spring of 2019. Yes, I am well aware that most of these sets came out on April 1st, and I am uploading this in mid-May. Full disclosure, I actually had recorded this video on April 12th, I want to say, and I was about to upload it, but then LEGO revealed images of the new Tantive 4, which had to make the list, so then I had to scrap the video and remake it with that, and, well, I just kind of got lazy and didn't really care about this video, but I mean, hey, I'm making it now, so enjoy, I guess. Anyway, number 15 is the Excelsior from the LEGO Movie 2, and it is a set that I probably won't be getting. Maybe if I see it on some good clearance, like 30% off, I'll get it, but I'm not getting it for full price. And don't get me wrong, it's a good set. The two minifigures are really nice, the nano figures are awesome, and you get two of each, which is great. You get raptors, I like the mini builds, and I like the overall shaping. But for a couple minor things, I think it's unfortunate the handle is just at the back of the vehicle. It would have been so much cooler if they'd been able to move it in a lot, so you could actually wear this on your hand like a glove. And also, the remote firing mechanism, not only does it look bad, but it turns out it doesn't even work, which I just think is ridiculous. Like, they should have left it off if it didn't even function correctly. See, I mean, again, it's not a terrible set by any means, just one that disappointed me, let's say. Number 14 is another LEGO Movie 2 set, the Shimmer and Shine Sparkle Spa, which is another one that I might get if I see it on some good clearance, because this is a good set, kind of. It's just not a $70 set. I mean, all of the figures are fantastic, and I still think it's hilarious how they made an entirely new piece so that you could put Balthazar's head on a bat, and then that never even appeared in the movie. So it's literally a new piece for absolutely no reason. Heck yeah. But yeah, the build just doesn't look $70 to me. Like, even taking out the parts used in the brick-built creatures, this looks like a $40 set. So what they should have done is just take out the section on the left with the transformation feature, because that's dumb, and just have the main entrance and the hot tub. Maybe take out, like, one of the brick-built creatures, and take out Bat Balthazar, since he was cut from the movie, we can presume that he would have been in it in, like, one scene, like, for a really short amount of time, and they just cut the bit. So, like, just take that piece out, and take out one of the brick-built guys, and make this, like, a $50 set. And it would have been great. Yeah, and $50 is about what I would pay for this. Maybe like $55, but nowhere more than $60, definitely. So the $70 price point definitely is a prohibitor in this case. Number 13 is the 20th anniversary Slave 1. Now, all 5 20th anniversary Star Wars sets made it onto the list, and the biggest one is my least favorite. Because it's... well, with the others, we all have these great callbacks to the other versions in both minor and major ways, and they feel like 20th anniversary sets. This feels like LEGO was all like, hey, wait a second, so we're releasing a wave of Star Wars sets. We need to have a really expensive one, or else Disney is going to revoke the license. Boom, Slave 1, because yeah... it does feel very odd how we have this line of nice, cheap, affordable sets, and then we have this really overpriced Slave 1. Like, this is a $90 set. Like, I know it comes with 1,000 pieces, but this is a $90 set, and even that's pushing it. Like, I want to see this for $80, but because of the level of detail, I could see $90. $100 is a bit far, $120 is outrageous. And again, it doesn't feel like a 20th anniversary set. Like, maybe if they'd done it with the brown color scheme of the 2006 one. Maybe. Maybe if they'd included, like, the same minifigure selection as one of the past ones. And while it is great to get Zuckuss, I mean... he's the only exclusive figure here, aside from, I guess, 2000's Leia. But, like, she's not exactly an uncommon figure. I mean, if you include the flesh version in this, she's easily the most common 20th anniversary figure, since they made a figure that looked exactly like this, but in flesh tone, until 2009. So that's like a full decade of this Leia being available. Heck, I have her. And I barely own any LEGO Star Wars sets, and I have this Leia. And then, like, Han doesn't have his double-molded legs from Cloud City. Boba Fett's still pretty lame. 4-LOM's in a battle pack. Carbonite Han still has the wrong hairpiece. I mean, the build is really nice. It's just not one I would pay $120 for. Sorry. And the play features are kind of lacking. I mean, it looks really nice. In fact, I think I like the look of this more than the UCS version, surprisingly. But I just don't see myself getting it unless it's on a pretty good sale. Number 12 is the first set on this list that I'm actually probably going to get at full price. It is the Action Battle Echo Base Defense, and for some reason a lot of people hate the Action Battle sets. It's probably because they're not horribly overpriced for what you get. Emphasis on what you get, because yeah, the price-to-part ratio is still kind of poor. Less on this set than on the other two, but still, this has the part count of a $50 set. But I can see $60 for everything you get here. Like, you get a walker, you get a relatively small base, you get some shooty things, you get 6 minifigures, or, well, 5 and a probe droid. I mean, for $60, that's a lot of stuff, especially in LEGO Star Wars, a theme that, in my opinion, is pretty infamous for giving you a very small amount of stuff for a very high amount of pieces. This just feels like great value, and it looks fun. Like, I mean, you get to blow stuff up. What more could you want out of life? I mean, like, yeah, that's really all I have to say. It's a fun-looking set. I'm probably going to display it without the targets, so that I can just use it, like, seriously for, like, an actual Echo Base set. I mean, in my opinion, this is a better Echo Base set than the Attack or on Hoth, or whatever it was called. Defense of Hoth. No, it did have Attack in the title. Attack on Hoth. Whatever the UCS set was that everyone hates. This is better than that. It has 100% more walkers, after all. Number 11 is the Toy Story 4 RV Vacation, and the builds are kinda cute, but the thing that's good here is the minifigs. Little Green Alien is better than the 2010 version. Okay. Rex is pretty nice and a bit better than the 2010 version. Okay. Forky's exclusive. Okay. But that Jessie. Jessie is literally, like, I think my favorite Pixar character. Out of, like, every movie, Jessie's probably my favorite. And this figure is perfect. Unlike Woody, who translated alright, and Buzz, who just translated really badly into using the normal minifigure heads, Jessie actually looks fantastic. Probably because in the movie she has a much rounder face than those two. It's not nearly as tall. She just looks more natural with a normal minifig head. And her hairpiece is just beautiful, and it works so well. The legs, she's just a phenomenal minifigure. I'm not kidding when I say that I'm gonna pay the $35 just for her. I mean, I might wait for this to go on, like, a sale, but not like a major sale like with the previous entries, but more like I'm gonna wait until Amazon takes a couple bucks off the price, or heck, I'll wait until Walmart takes a couple bucks off the price. Like, I would pay $30 for this. Like, you get some good stuff. Moving into the top 10, we have Emmett's Triple Decker Couch Mech, which is the highest LEGO Movie 2 set on the list. And it's a pretty cool one. You get Emmett in his couch mech, and the couch mech is a really cool build, lots of articulation, it's pretty fun, and you can rebuild it into a triple-decker couch, which is also really cool and fun. And Emmett's a cool figure to get. This is not the cheapest way to get Sweet Mayhem, but it's by far the best priced set to include her, so that's good. And Rampage Kitty is adorable. Not much else to say, really. Number 9 is Woody and Arcee from Toy Story 4, and clearly based off the original movie. I mean, it looks like there will be a flashback in Toy Story 4 featuring Arcee, but this is really a first movie set, and it's pretty cool. It's the cheapest set to get Woody in, and he is another really good figure. Like, I feel as though the face didn't translate fantastically, but they easily did the best they could. He looks a lot better than Buzz does at the very least, even if he's not as good as Jesse. The face shown in this image isn't as good as his alternate face, where the mouth is closed. That actually looks really good. And that is the face that the actual Sheriff Woody, like, the toy has when he's not alive, so that's cool to get. And the hat-hair combo was fantastic. Arcee is a really cute build. I know he's not as in-depth as the 2010 version, but I just like him more. He's cute. Much cuter. And then the army men are really good. They're accurately scaled this time. And then you get some blocks and cones, which are superfluous, but cool, I guess. But for $10, this looks like a really fun set. Number 8 is the Iron Man Hall of Armor from Avengers Endgame, also known as the Iron Man Hall of Armor from Iron Man 3, because, not really an Endgame spoiler, because we all kind of knew this, but, the Hall of Armor from Iron Man 3 and all of these suits that were destroyed in Iron Man 3 are not in Endgame. So, sorry if that's like a major spoiler for you, but we've all seen the movie, and even before we all saw the movie, we all kind of knew that LEGO was just doing this as like a tribute to Iron Man, because it's something we've all always wanted. Anyway, and it's a really cool set. It does feel a bit overpriced, but compared to a lot of other MCU sets, it's very fairly priced, especially considering how great all the minifigures are. Which again breaks from MCU tradition of having terrible minifigures that have a bunch of reused prints. Because these boys look fantastic. I mean, come on, you get the Mark 50, which is just a really nice red and gold Iron Man suit, and you need one of those. But then you also get the Mark 1, which I think looks great. I know a lot of people are annoyed that it uses the Invincible Iron Man helmet instead of a new one. I think it looks fine. Like, from the front, I will admit that from the back it looks a bit off, but I think from every other angle it looks good. And then the Mark 5 is really cool to finally get, and it looks fantastic, and the Mark 41 is great. Igor is just beautiful. Igor's the best thing LEGO's ever done. I'm joking. And then the Outriders are there, I guess. You can use them, question mark. I mean, yeah, it would have probably been nice if the set had been able to include, like, Pepper, but it didn't. Who knows, we might get her at some point eventually. Maybe if they do an Endgame Bricktober set, or, like, some other promotional figure, we might get a new Pepper, since we haven't had one since 2013. Anyway, the Hall of Armor is pretty nice. This image is actually not very flattering, because it has a lot of gaps in it, but you can close that up and it looks pretty nice. And also, like, the suit-up platform is cool, and Dummy's just great. Anyway, number 7 is the Snowspeeder for the 20th anniversary, and it comes with Lando. That's why we're all getting it. Although, somehow, even though I'm one of the many people that complains about how LEGO seems to release a Snowspeeder every 6 months, I actually don't own one, so this'll be my first, and I think it's easily the best Snowspeeder they've ever done. It just looks really nice. The figures are great. It'll be great to finally get a figure of Dak. I like that they're still doing the old helmets rather than the terrible new ones from last year's X-Wing. The Rebel Trooper has one of those great classic references I was talking about with the huge blaster. And we also get the turret from the original Snowspeeder. So that's cool, and it has a stud shooter, which I don't mind the look of. But I mean, yeah, this set comes with Lando, so we're all getting it just for that. Number 6 is the Hydro Man attack from Spoderman Far From Home, and oh boy, this set's beautiful. Except Hydro Man, he's not that beautiful, but he has some cool pieces for his tornado. I'm definitely excited to get all those transparent dark blue pieces. But then the figures are fantastic. Hydro Man looks really good outside of his weird cyclone. Mysterio's really cool, even if he comes in all 3 sets. It's great to get him in all 3 sets, and that means that whatever set you get, you're going to get a Spidey and a Mysterio. So that's cool. This set comes with Peter Parker, first one since 2004. He has Ant-Man's face when he should have had Marty McFly's face, but oh well. And the hair should have been light brown instead of dark brown, but oh well. He has a nice torso print, and like we have good parts to just make the replacements we need to make him look more accurate, so it's all good. The beanie's great. MJ's great. The build is really pretty with the bridge, some fun play features. The cafe's awesome. Comes with some of those super rare corner arch pieces from the UCS Hogwarts. It's all good in the hood, man. Yeah, not much else to say. Just a phenomenal set. Best MCU set in years, baby. Yeah. Number 5 is the Imperial Dropship for the 20th anniversary, and it comes with 5 minifigures. You get 3 of those new Stormtroopers that I'm super excited to get because I want to have them in my hands to judge whether or not they're good or they're terrible. It's going to be an interesting one. And then we also have the Shadow Stormtroopers, pretty cool. And you get Han. The problem with this set is that it's $20, and the build probably looks worse than the original, in my opinion. But I mean, it's not bad. It's just not as good as the original. And like, for $20, they probably should have made it bigger than a normal Battle Pack build, like make it larger. I mean, like, if the set was $15, I would be perfectly fine with this, but for $20, I mean, I'm not waiting for a sale, because, like, I think with the 5 figures, I can see $20. I just am probably going to make some slight modifications to the build myself when I get it. Number 4 is Steamboat Willie, which was definitely planned as a Lego set before it got approved as an Ideas set. So, like, but then they just slapped the Ideas logo on it and gave some guy some money, so good for him, I guess. And I mean, it's a really nice set. Mickey and Minnie are fantastic and way better than the CMF versions. You have a nice play feature with the winched crane. You have a nice play feature with the smokestacks and the turning wheels. You have some great accessories. It just looks like a really nice thing. Like, and the display stand is nice as well. Like, that's all there really is to say here. Like, it looks really nice, and it has some great minifigs, and it's really classic. I like classic Disney, just not modern Disney, so this is good with me. Number 3 is the Clone Scout Walker from LEGO Star Wars. Yeah, I really don't do LEGO Star Wars very often, so it's great that they were able to make a wave that, like, fully appeals to me. And as one of those weirdos that kind of likes the prequels, I mean, this is really cool. I mean, yeah, it is basically just the ATRT from 2013, just in a different color scheme, but I mean, hey, that was a really cool set. This has way more posability than larger walkers. That's awesome, and I wish LEGO designed ATSTs with this level of articulation and this cheapness. The side builds are pretty bland. The figures are alright. I like the Wookiee. Just wish we'd gotten an actual Walker pilot with that was just like a Phase 2 clone with the green markings instead of the Kashyyyk clone we've gotten 10 million times, because the Kashyyyk clone is an awesome figure. It's just that they've produced it so many times that I'm sick of it. Anyway, and then Darth Vader's pretty cool to get, I guess. It's great to have a new set with that old helmet, even if I do already have several. Yeah, good set. Number 2 is Anakins Pod Racer for the 20th anniversary, and yeah, now this is pod racing, and yeah, cool beans. You get young boy Anakin. He's a young boy. Kinda wish he got his hairpiece, but oh well. You get Padme, who has Jyn Erso's head, which I don't get. I just don't get that. Why didn't they just use the 2013 Padme head? It would have worked better than this. Or maybe just use the same head they used for Hermione in the new 2019 sets. It would have worked much better than this. I mean, there are just a lot of options here. They could have used like a Jurassic World face. Like, I just don't think this head fits. Oh, and then you also get Pilot Luke, which is really cool. And I like the classic design for the helmet. Oh, and then the Pod Racer is just a really great build. Like, I love the pod racing scene from Phantom Menace. I don't care if you say it's boring. I really like it. And this is basically a perfect representation of the Pod Racer. So, cool. Number 1, I just skipped, so, excuse me for 1 second. Sorry about that, but number 1 is set number 75244, Tanty 4. Because this set is fantastic. I've always wanted the 2009 Tanty 4, and with this one, they were just like, hey, so what if we made that, but did everything better? And I mean, yeah, they basically did. You get all the same figures, but now updated to be better, plus you get Basil Oregano. And then, like, the cockpit, the cockpit itself, like, the look from the exterior, I don't like all the stickers, but I get it from a price standpoint. And when you look inside of the cockpit, like in the seating area for the figures, it's much better. The interior area, while still not fantastic, is better than the original. The escape pods are good. You have a great handle. I mean, yeah, it's just a really fantastic display piece from the first ship to ever appear in LEGO Star Wars, and weird that it doesn't come with a Rebel friend, but I mean, hey, maybe he'll be the pre-order for the upcoming LEGO Star Wars game. If he's not, that will be disappointing, because I need a Rebel friend, and, like, LEGO knows that he's an epic meme, so, like, yeah. And that's my list. Yeah, I probably should have just made a top 10, because a lot of the earlier sets on this list are ones that I'm not getting, or at least not without a sale. Maybe I shouldn't have made the video at all, since it's like a month and a half overdue. And like in 2 weeks, I'm going to be doing my summer sets video, because I will be sure to put that out before the sets actually come out. Because because I will be buying some of those as soon as they come out, like the Harry Potter sets. So yeah. So this was a video, and I'm just going to cut it off right now, and you can't stop me. Ah ha 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 ha.